love everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is JLeesCorner, and this is my review for the 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way, Season 1, Episode 14. Okay, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a whole JayBird, dun 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 dun, and all that goodness. All that goodness. Okay. Do not forget to also like this video. Hit the like button, JayBirds. Hit the like button, please and thank you. You can also share this video. Comments below. Follow me on IG, J_Lees_Corner. The link to my IG is in the description box below. Don't forget also, y'all know I have a Teespring website. Get you some hoodies, some t-shirts, some mugs. Girl, I got all kind of stuff. So be sure to hit my Teespring site too. The website for that, the link is also in the description box. So first up, who do we have? Devin and Jihoon. Okay, let's just get into it. Devin and Jihoon is up first, okay? So, Jihoon has now been gone for a month, okay? He came to visit, seen the baby. He went back to South Korea, to get prepared for the baby and for Devin and for baby Drusilla to move there, even though he quit his job. Well, he told her last time he was there that he quit his job. So that has been a month ago. So now it's like the day of her moving there, okay? Now she brings up how she's very nervous because he quit his job, and she just feels like that's very irresponsible of him to do that. And I'm like, but y'all in the situation because y'all both was irresponsible. I feel like, that's the least, thing to be kind of like, I can't believe it. And I feel like this is what happens when you procreate with a stranger. You don't know their morals, their determination, their drive. Usually if you know someone from around the world, whatever, he always quitting jobs, he always not working. So you won't be surprised if it happens. But I feel like, it's a catch-22 because you are upset that he quit his job, but he made it to be that kind of person. But you don't know that. You want to know why? Because you barely knew him. But that's neither here nor there. But again, like, the whole thing was irresponsible. But at this point in time, the baby's here. Okay, so you have to just hope he does the best. I would not have planned to move out of the country once the baby got. I would have said, you know what? We can do back and forth for a little bit of a time. Okay, you can come back and forth and visit, until I can see that you are stable. I would have picked up and moved to another country at all. I still don't get why he didn't move here, because she had a whole job and somewhere to live here. And I mean, girl. Anyway, so she brings up how she is not taking Drusilla with her yet, her daughter, mainly because, she wants to be sure that they have somewhere to live and that it's a stable situation and everything. So her parents are going to bring Drusilla in a couple of weeks. I said, that's smart, because it would be very hard traveling with two kids. And we see Drusilla was very rambunctious, all over the place or whatever. So her dad is the one who taking her to the hospital or just to the airport. And she's like, I'm just nervous. We're gonna be staying with his parents for the first couple days or whatever until the place that he asked for us is ready. I feel like she know what he's saying isn't really all the way true, but she still feel like, well, the baby's here. I've quit my job and gave up my place to live. I have no choice. Hence why I would have waited like 6 months. Period. Because again, you don't know that man. It's a whole different country and you don't speak the language. It's why I would have waited just until that part of it was situated. Especially if he said, you know what I'm saying, I quit my job. Let me call my boss back and say, hey, I didn't quit. Nope, it was a figment of your imagination. I'll be in tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? So her dad is like, I'm just nervous that he isn't prepared to take care of not just my daughter, but my daughter and the two kids. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he knows what he's doing. He doesn't. He doesn't. But I feel like Devin should be smart enough to see this is not smart. This is very dumb. But she go anyway. We see her flying on over. And in the preview, we see things don't seem to be what he said they were going to be, but I'm not surprised at all. But again, we have to be sure, and I'm not saying that you can't be out here having fun and living life all free, okay? What I'm saying is live life free but protected. Real protected. You know what I'm saying? And if ever, something isn't protected, you know, get some plans. Plans A, plans B, a couple plan B's, you know what I'm saying, and get it done. I'm just saying, if you do not know the situation, protect yourself to all the costs of protection, okay? And then you won't have to move to South Korea with a stranger who lost his job selling old phones. Anyway, next up we have Corey and Evelyn. So Corey and Evelyn, last we saw them, they were beefing, okay, arguing, little arguments, because Corey confronted Evelyn about her cheating on him with her ex a year ago, and how the whole town knows that she cheated on him, and how the whole town calls him some nickname that means the wife or the woman cheats on the man or whatever, and they put, little hands behind his ears or whatever. And I'm like, so he doesn't like that. He kind of put his foot down and was upset. And for the first time, Evelyn's tears did not work. Okay, how can you say you're being so mean? And he didn't give in. And she didn't know what to do. Get out. You need to leave. And he left. I think she didn't think he would leave. I think she really thought he gonna sit here and cry and beg me to be okay with him, and he ain't do that. Okay, so we see, it's the following day or whatever. He's waking up, and he say he had to sleep outside in the hammock because she locked the door and locked him out the house. First of all, you can't lock me out of the house I pay for. It's impossible. I would have went in the living room, but you not putting me outside. Now I also feel like, is their house, is the inside only the bedroom? Maybe the outside hammock area is the living room. I'm not sure. But she locked him out the one door it looked like he can go into, okay? And so, he go knock on the door. Knock, knock, knock. And she opens and they sit down and have a little conversation, okay? And then, she brings up how her issue is, he keeps bringing up the past, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to do that, you know what I'm saying? I want to forget what happened. I regret cheating on him. I don't think she really regrets cheating on him. I think she regrets that people know about it. But she said she regrets it. So I'm going to say, okay, if you say so, but I don't believe you that much. And so, but again, he's like, well, I just wanted you to know that, you know what I'm saying? I'm just done with your ex being around. I'm done with him being around, with him being involved in your life and your family's life or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And how he's always reaching out to you. I feel like he could possibly reach out and touch you, and then something could happen between y'all, you know what I'm saying? And like something can rekindle, or if he keeps, reaching out to you, you can kind of give in, and you know what I'm saying? Let him reach out and touch you. And he don't want that. He wants to avoid that at all costs. And so I'm like, okay, I get where he's coming from. At this point in time, he like, look, I need us to have an agreement. I need us to have an agreement that, what I'm saying, you will block him on all your social media, and that you will stop all communication with him, period. Okay, that's what I need you to do in order for us to be together. And okay, I'll do that because I love you and I want to be with you every day. This is what happened with Evelyn. Evelyn realized Corey might leave. I think every time she's done something, he's been the one to just accept it and keep being with her. And she was used to him letting her get away with whatever. And for the first time, Corey, one, got mad at her, and two, when she was trying to be, oh, I'm sad. You're making me sad. He didn't give in. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. And he held his ground. And I also feel like she put him out in hope that he would come begging her that night to, forgive him. And he like, I'll sleep outside. And he said, like, if this is gonna have to happen for me to be here. She saw her meal ticket, her money, her pocketbook about to leave her. Okay, it's like, I can't have my pocketbook Corey leave me. I need my pocketbook Corey by my side all the time, every day, every night. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like, sleeping out there in the hammock. I didn't like you out there in the hammock because her pocketbook was too far, and she didn't realize how to kind of open the door to let him in. Because she already went too far. Because I feel like she could have been agreed to not have to do it around. It took Corey to get some balls for once and say like, okay, I ain't having it no more. In order for her to say, I love him. I want to be with him every night. Now she may not want to marry him in real life, but she wants him to think she does, so he'll stick around. Is what I think or whatever. Anyway, that was all we had with Corey and Evelyn, and I'm like, I still don't see them get married. I don't, because I feel like she's the one with the power, because she cares less for him than he cares for her. So there will always be like a little tug of war, but she don't wear a pocketbook going too far. Paul and Karina. Mm, mm, mm. These two just, I don't know. So, they had that huge argument before or whatever. And, Paul said he left and he went to a hotel. Mainly because he was upset that she kept talking to Americans or whatever, and that was the argument. It was crazy. So he went to the hotel for the night. Okay, so he went back home the following day, and he realized Karina had left. Karina, her mom, had left and went back to the mainland or whatever the name of the city, where they were before, where Paul and Karina was before, because that's where you can get a lawyer to get a divorce. So her mom left him there. Okay, they didn't try to find him or whatever. They say, we leave and we don't care. So Karina's daddy is who told Paul they left and went back to wherever, to the mainland or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? They ain't here. They been gone. They caught a whole boat and left. I can't believe she would leave me here. She knows I don't speak the language. But how would she just leave me here by myself? Because she don't like you. And in hindsight, I don't think you like her. Y'all just stuck because of this baby. I feel like if she wasn't pregnant, they wouldn't keep, you know what I'm saying? They would have gotten divorced, truthfully, honestly. Anyway, so he then packs up all his stuff, okay, all the little crates and stuff, and he's catching a boat back to the mainland as well to try to find her, to try to fix their marriage. I say it's going to take a lot for that. He said, because, she's my wife and she's pregnant with my baby, so I want to make it work. I don't know if it's going to work. So, he calls her or some kind of way get in contact with her and ask her to meet him. And I'm like, why y'all didn't go to the house and meet? I mean, y'all have a house there still? I don't know. Excuse me. So she said, Paul reached out to me and wanted to talk. So because he's the father of my child or whatever, I agreed to meet with him because he is the pappy, okay? And so they sit down and they still is basically not hearing each other. Mainly because they're still communicating through a translation app. The fact that you can't have a full-fledged conversation with your spouse without a device there to translate a conversation, to me, is crazy. And I feel it's crazy that he hasn't learned Portuguese and she doesn't fully know English. And y'all have been kicking it for like 2-3 years. Girl. Anyway, she tells, like, why would you leave me, there with, I don't speak them. Like, why would you just leave me there by myself? And she said, well, you was being a bad person, so I left. I was tired of it, so I left. And saying that it is what it is. Now, this is their issue. He was like, well, I was upset because you keep talking to other men. And I don't like the fact that you talk to other men. I agree with him on that. I do agree, as a wife, you should not be out here having conversations with random men. I can get his point in that. However, her issue is, well, first of all, I didn't come here to talk about that. I said, what you come to talk about? That's the issue. That was what the argument was. I feel like Karina either one had something to hide, or two, she really just is getting money from these guys, and she not gonna cut them off because she feel like her and Paul is about to be over. So if me and Paul about to be over, I need to have my next dude lined up to keep these monies coming in or whatever. So again, they going back and forth or whatever, and she don't get his only issue is she get it, she don't care. And again, he don't want her talking to other men, but he don't understand that she don't like how he talks to her when he's upset, and I get that too. Paul, you can't talk to that lady like she's a child or like she is just not a good human being. You have to at least talk to her in a respectful way. But Karina is always telling Paul to just shut up, and she's walking away. They don't communicate well, mainly because they don't speak the same language. And the translator app doesn't really do anything. If I have to wait and type something to you, by the time I type it and send it, I'm more mad now that I gotta keep typing to you. It's just, it's foolishness. So she is upset because he keeps going at her. Like, he's not stopping, even though she's looking like she's emotional, even though she's crying. He's still like, well, you don't get it. Da, 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 da. So she gets him and she leaves. But she just goes to their house. I'm like, again, if y'all are close to home, why don't y'all meet at home? Why y'all meet somewhere out in public to argue in public? It's kind of crazy. So she go in the house first. He comes in after her or whatever, and she's just over it. I don't want to talk to you. Get out of here. Don't touch me. Leave me alone. And he like, Karina, Karina, I love you. Don't you love me? She's like, no. I want you to go. No. And he like, I just wanted you to see how I was also upset. I wanted you to see that I was, sad. He said he wanted her to see how he felt. The difference is how he does it is not nice. Period. You can't show someone that you're sad or upset by being mean to them and talking to them in a bad way. So I get both sides of it. They don't need to be together. Points blank. Period. And when he said, I love you. Do you love me? And she said, no. No, I'm tired of what Paul does to me. I'm saying I just want him to leave. I want him to leave or leave things in the past. I think Paul will leave things in the past if she didn't keep doing it. If she didn't keep talking to people, talking to other men, he might leave it alone. But every time she does it again, he brings up how much she does it. So, I mean, girl, he leaves because she tell him, I prefer that you leave. So he leaves. I'm like, look, ain't no way I'm leaving the house I pay for, okay? Again, I will go sit in the living room. Corey and Paul are fools. Y'all are up here, paying, spending money on these women in their country and everything. And when they get mad, they put you out and you leave. No, I paid for the house. Like, I'll go to the front. I'll leave you alone, yes. But I'm going to sit up here. Because, I mean, he don't have money to, like, be in hotels. He can't afford it, girl. And is he supposed to be there when didn't the visa get denied? Girl, I don't know. It's just kind of crazy. He left. He left the whole apartment. Girl, not me. Not today. Not on my watch. Not with my money. And we'll see what happens next episode. Laura and Evelyn. Laura and Evelyn are growing on me. Mainly because I feel like he really cares for this lady. Okay, and even though she don't really like being in the country where he is because it's just so different from us, I like them as a couple. And I feel like it seems like she is accepting of different things with him now a little bit more than she was when she first got there, but we shall see. So, of course, in his religion, in his, there is a culture. The marriage, they got married legally. Well, no, wrong. Wait, legally. And he has to have a 3-day wedding ceremony, in his hometown, in his home country, or whatever. And so the wedding's gonna be 3 days long, and it's a couple days away. They have to travel to where they're going. So we see she goes like a little local business or whatever who has the computer to use, and she uses the computer to video chat her son, who she's trying to convince to come there for the wedding, because the son keeps saying like, I ain't coming for the wedding, I ain't gonna be there for the wedding, leave me alone about the wedding, forget the wedding, I'm not gonna be there, leave me be, leave me be, leave me be. So she calls the son and everything. He like, look, I just have reservations about this wedding, so that's why I have not, I don't want to come to it because, again, I have issues that I don't know how to, move past or whatever. And so she's like, well, if you come here, you can meet him in person. You can see where I'm living. You can see how it is here. And you can just see what's going on and then judge for yourself versus, being there and just having opinions but not really seeing nothing or whatnot. So he's like, well, I guess you're right. If I come there, I can like at least meet him and see, what's going on. And so he agrees to come. I say, well, that's amazing. You know what I'm saying? At least we have that. So the son is coming, and we see by the next episode that the son is not going to be a cup of tea. It's going to be a cup of vodka, a cup of Ciroc, okay? A cup of Hennessy. It's going to be real tough to go down the throat. Real tough to go down the throat. So we then see Lorin and Evelyn have now traveled to his home city or whatever. I don't want to say them because, again, you never know what. Well, they were in Qatar and now they're in Tanzania. Tanzania. I might be pronouncing it wrong. But they're driving and whatever, and he has like a backpack, and she like goes in there for whatever reason, and it's all this money. She's like, oh my God, Aladdin, what is all this? And she's pulling out all this money, money, money. What is all this for? And he's like, because here you can use credit card. You have to use cash. This is in Qatar, and I guess in Qatar you can use money. You can use your credit card, but there he like cash is king here. So, he like the man has to pay for the whole thing. Like the man is the one to pay for it all. So you have to have cash to pay for stuff. Like you'll see how the money will go because I have to pay for stuff. I'm like, okay, he got money. Hey, Aladdin. I ain't gonna go visit. I ain't gonna lie to that. She brings up how she gets it. She says because in Qatar, it's like one of the richest countries, one of the richest cities, and Tanzania is the opposite. Like it's like night and day. And I say, okay, we get that. So, she's like one is the richest country, the other is a third world country in aspect of how they are. Okay. So we see he gets there, whatever, it's like nighttime or whatnot. But his family's there, and they are all very, very, very happy to see him. They all seem very close. Laura has spent time with them before as well. She said when she was there last time, it was right around the time his sister passed away from a car accident. And so she was able to be there for him and his family. So she's close to his family. I said, well, that's great. It really, really, really is, or whatever. He is the youngest of 5 sons, and she brings up how they were sitting there, or whatever, and someone has a kid. So he was playing with the kid, and he. I saw a comment pop up. So he's the youngest of 5, and he's playing with I'm assuming it was like his niece or nephew or whatever. And so as Laura is watching him with the kid, it's so amazing seeing him with the children or whatever. I know he'll be a great father, and we've had conversations about us having kids. And for me, I wish it was as easy for us to go in there and have jiggy and I get pregnant, but it's not that easy. It's going to be a process for us to have children, and I feel like I don't want to ever say someone at whatever age can't have kids. What I will say is, if she's 51, it may be hard for her to naturally get pregnant. I feel like, wouldn't it be easier if y'all just, adopt or get a surrogate? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't want her going through things physically at 51 that she may not be able to do, because it's not for everyone as we get older or whatever. But she's like she's willing to do what they have to do to because he wants kids. And I'm like, but if he wants kids, because he's 29, she's 51. So I'm like, girl, okay, if you say so. So Laura also brings up how it's custom in their culture to where before the wedding, the 3-day wedding, the husband, they don't get to have jiggy. They can't or whatever. And so they have to sleep in separate beds in the same room. But not only that, as she's sitting in the room on the bed with the baby, she sees they're bringing in like another bed. And she's like, what's okay? And they then bring in the mattress. And she's like, oh, what is going on? His mom is going to have to, or someone, but it was his mom who stayed in there, is going to sleep in the room with them to make sure that they don't, have any sex. And the mom's like, I'll sleep on the floor. Because they put the mattress on the floor. And he's like, no, Mom, do you want the bed or the floor? What do you want, Mom? Which one? And no, I want the floor. I'm like, well, okay. And then Lauren said, well, apparently, she's going to sleep in here with us, and there will be no jiggy. I mean, it won't be, but hopefully y'all had enough jiggy before. Y'all can have more jiggy later. So we shall see. And last but not least, Tiffany and Ronald. So they had been married 6 weeks at this point in time. And, they're video chatting their mom. And they're so excited to call out and tell her some news. I'm like, oh, he didn't got a job. Okay, he didn't got a job. He can make some money. Or they got an apartment. That's amazing. Or, her visa was approved and she can get a job too. They call her mom to tell her mom that she's pregnant. Yes, Tiffany is pregnant. Which we know because in real time, in real life, my lipstick already coming off. It's been on all day, y'all. Okay. So the next video I have to reapply it. Again, they've been married for 6 weeks, which means she's only been there for maybe 7 weeks at the most 8. I don't even think it was 8 weeks because they got married like less than a week after she got there. So she's been there tops 2 months. Tops. Tops 8 weeks, 7 to 8 weeks. And she's pregnant. I'm like, and the mom like, are you joking? They're like, no, mom, no, we're pregnant. And she's like, I just, I'm not happy. I just don't think this is the best time for that. Like, mom was honest. Like, her reaction was completely like, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? And whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just how this is not the ideal time right now to be getting pregnant. And I'm like, these have been my questions. Do you have health insurance? Do y'all have a job? Do y'all have a car? Can y'all afford to buy diapers and milk and clothes and, pay for the delivery? Like, do you have any of that in place currently? No. Well, then y'all should not be having a kid. You know what I'm saying? And, the mom like, this is not the right time. Tiffany's response was, there's never a right time to have kids. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't see the point in waiting. You should at least wait until you've known your husband for like a year or two when he's fresh out of rehab. You should at least wait until y'all kind of has a job. Okay? Y'all don't even have a house yet. Like nothing has y'all can barely afford an apartment. So I feel like you're right. There's never an opportunity, a chance. Like, you know what? This is the right moment. But there are also many moments that are not right. You are not stable enough to have a kid, like financially, because again, y'all were looking at the bare minimum of like apartments that the burglars can burglarize because that was the most y'all could afford. He makes minimum wage there, less than minimum wage because again, the amount of money he makes is like $500 a month here. So I'm looking like no, no, girl, at least wait until y'all can afford to pay for insurance and have an apartment to live in. I'm like, oh Lord Jesus. So the mom asked, like, is Ronald plans to be there for the pregnancy, be there for the birth or whatever? You know what I'm saying? He says, yes, I'm gonna be there every step of the way or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna even be there when the baby's born. Which means he thinks the baby will be born there in South Africa. And mama was like, no, no. I let y'all have I let y'all do the wedding and there to where I couldn't be there, whatever. But I'm not going to allow you to take something else away from me. And while the mama should not make this about her, I also get how she just doesn't want to be left out of everything her daughter's doing, and that includes the first time of her being pregnant and knowing she's pregnant from the beginning. Because with her son, she said with her son, who's how old he is. She said she did not know the whole pregnancy that she was pregnant. That she didn't find out she was pregnant until she was like in labor or whatever. And so, I get wanting to have those moments with your daughter. And I also feel like she's like, the medical care, there for us to hear, here is just better. And I'm like, girl, let's say that. Anyway, Tiffany, like, you know what, I prefer to have my baby there as well. However, you know what I'm saying, I don't want him to miss it. So, you know what I'm saying, if I have to have the baby here, then that's what we'll do. And Ronald, like, I refuse to miss the birth. I would not miss the birth, but I'm like, in hindsight, again, in current time, we seen that when she had the baby, he was on video chat, so he wasn't he wasn't there. So I don't know I don't know what that means. I'm assuming she had the baby here and he was there or whatever. Because I need to pull up her social media, whatever. But I'm like, girl. The mama like, well, okay. It is what it is. So they then start and tell the son, because the son didn't know that she was pregnant just yet. So they all, surprised him and told him. And he was over the moon. You're pregnant? You having a baby? Oh my God, I'm like, oh, okay. Happiness all around. The mom then, like, I am happy for you, whatever. I'm just a mom. And so I have those reservations or whatever. And I just want y'all to start making conscious decisions, moving forward. And I'm not true. Because again, the fact that Tiffany said they planned to get pregnant, to me, is stupid. I don't know what else. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense because y'all weren't, girl. Anyway, the baby said now they had a baby girl. So Tiffany, like, because Ronald feels like, because her mom is so against her having the baby there in Africa, that South Africa, that she'll choose her mom's decision and not have a baby here. And look, no one's gonna force me to do anything. Like, I want to have you have nothing to worry about. I'm going to have the baby here with you. And I'm like, girl, you lied, because he wasn't there for the birth. But things happen. So we then see them go to a doctor appointment or whatever. And they're just, oh my God, look at the baby's head. Look at his head. Look at his spine. I'm like, first of all, it's a girl. Okay. Second of all, how pregnant are you to where you can see the baby's head and spine? I'm like, if you've been married 6 weeks, girl, the baby should be 7, girl. But it was a big baby. I mean, so I feel like she must have been 2 months. She must have gotten pregnant the day he got out of rehab. She got pregnant that night, and then she's just been pregnant ever since. Girl, mm, mm, mm. And that was the end of the episode. But I'm like, girl, it would not. I would not want to plan to have a child with a man you don't trust him with the credit cards. That's it. Peace.